My people, what up, though? We are back with another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. My name is Chief.
And I'm Bell.
My name is Prentice.
I'm Butta.
Yo, the gang is all here, fellas. What's happening, man?
Supper.
What's good, yo? I miss y'all boys, man. It's good to see y'all faces, man. All of us back together makes me feel real good. What it is, what it was, what it does, cuz.
Same.
We gotta go
Yup.
with you cats who haven't been here in a while. It's on you, baby. Check in.
Oh,
Fill us in.
nigga,
What's been going on?
all right, we're gonna try to make this short, man. Just
Nah, we ain't doing that. This is our podcast. We got all day. Talk
yeah.
to us. I'm about to
Well,
put you on the hot seat. Come on with it.
just living, man. Long-term processing, man. About to be a grandfather and shit. Had
What you
to,
going with, Paw Paw?
nigga. I ain't even gotten to. I think this is the third time I didn't said the word. So, trying to wrap my head around that, given the circumstances, which are, just fucked up, man. I think when that hit me, I had to really just kind of fall back from everything and kind of learn how to just process some shit on my own and not talk and just I don't even know how to explain it, man. Just kind of just be, you know what I mean? Because the circumstances around it are just. I mean, I feel so, they're crazy. But the
Fellas,
good
take
news.
some notes and write some questions down because I want everybody to check in. But I know we're gonna want to jump back on this topic here.
Yeah, yeah, but the good news is that through Justice preparing to be a father at the end of the year, it reconnected us. You know what I mean? And it led to him doing all the apologizing in the world. It led to conversations that we needed to have. It's led to me getting the biggest source of validation I've ever gotten in my life in fatherhood thus far. It's led to what I think is saving his life, to tell you the truth. I think this may be his saving grace. And it totally reaffirmed that everything I've done in fatherhood is right, man. So, in a weird way, these circumstances aren't what I would hope for him, but again, everything happens in the universe and God's timing, right? It's not on your time. So I think he's receiving what he needs to. He's doing well. He has his head in the right space, and he knows he has his father. And we speak. So you know that's it's a lot to process though. It's a lot, especially given the circumstances. So just really been processing that. I mean, outside of that, everything is cool. But I think when something that major happens, and again, the circumstances, he's having a baby with a grown adult, an adult who is his mother introduced him to. That's her friend and coworker in some fucked up circumstances that really come across and feel like grooming. Um, and so I've had to process a lot of different emotions and really figure out like, okay, this ain't about me, but I feel a way. You know what I mean? How can I be in the best position to serve my child? You know what I mean? While at the same time allowing myself to feel how I feel and process what I need to without being a detriment to the stage that he's in right now. So it's been really, really, I don't think challenging is a word, but it's been a lot. You know what I mean? Just knowing how to maneuver, being honest with myself while being honest with him, while being supportive, while coaching, while training, while not jumping out of character, while it's just so much shit, man. So I just had to really for a couple months, like just be still. But other than that, everybody's good. And he's good. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna say other than that. Like he's good. And we had our conversations and I'm proud of what he's showing and I definitely feel the best I've ever felt in my life in regards to the job I'm doing or have done as a father. So,
That's what's up. Tell us about baby girl's day, man.
Oh man, yeah, man. Your goddaughter, bro. Her first day of kindergarten was yesterday, and we got to walk her to school, which is dope, man. That's been my dream. That this is like the biggest accomplishment since Justice's first day of school. Got to walk her to school, man. Walked her yesterday, picked her up, did the same thing today. So everybody's in school, so I ain't got no baby no more. Like daycare don't exist. Everybody's in school, man. So things have been, moving. They getting older, and we starting a new business out the crib with Sarai, and I got to be the investor in that, and that makes me feel good as a husband to put the money up for her to start her business, man. So you know we we living, we living.
That's dope. That's dope. That's real dope. Bellhead, check in, baby. How you be? How you living? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I was a little exhausted today. I had to speak on this regional call. It was like 170 people on the call. Um, but I give myself like an 8.3 out of 10. Could have hit on a couple more things, but it was cool. But it was a lot preparing for that. Um, what else is going on? Things are good. We heading to our annual trip this weekend down to Casey's house, Chief. Um, got that going on this weekend.
That's in a different state.
Yes, in Jersey. My bad.
Oh, okay.
My bad, Jersey. Yep. We do it every year. It's a big to do. Stay Friday to Sunday. They got all the activities planned. The kids come. It's a good time. Um, what else? Pops is back in Connecticut, which is good. Be a little closer to family. Um, kid, Chase is cool. He's out of camp, so they don't go back. We don't go back to school out here, Prentice, till I think the 26th or 27th. But
Mm.
so he's home, with no camp. So I've been back in the office now, working back in the office, which has been great because I'm more productive in the office. But given the circumstance, I had to be home. But yeah, man, I'm cool. Like I'm cool. Work is just, it's the second half of the year, so it's not like full court press time, but we definitely in half court press. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that we finish the year strong and get the numbers that we need to get. I feel like there was something else I was going to say. Oh, I had posted about the mouse thing. I don't know if I got them yet. I haven't seen them, but I do have my cabinet guy coming tomorrow to reinforce the bottom of my cabinets. So Tom and his little punk ass friends or friend or whoever's back there won't be able to get access at least through that way. But I'm cool, man. I'm happy to get back on here with all you and see you all. Um, Shout out to Prentice and excuse me, Butta and Chief for keeping the party going. I've been listening to the episodes. I listened to the one this morning when y'all went live. That was a good one too. But yeah, I'm cool. Oh, family came up. I saw a lot of family this weekend. Shout out to Monty Jeannie, Monty Ebb out of Florida, cousin Tina, cousin Mookie, cousin Biddy. They all pulled up. It was my dad's birthday. That was cool. Um, Chief pulled up. Shout out to my man Perk. He pulled up. Shout out to Oz. He pulled up. Punk ass Dre pulled up. It was a good time. It was a good time. I haven't seen my aunts in a few years, so that was cool. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's definitely what's up. Yeah, it was definitely good to see Pop, man. That man is so full of life. It's unreal, man. Super hilarious. Just all he did was make everybody laugh the whole time he was there. It's good to see Money in good spirits. LT, what it is, what it was, what it does, cuz check in.
You're muted.
I'm on this art thing real heavy. I shot a young brother today who's looking to model, so it was cool to go by Fried Rice. Shout out to Fried Rice New York for allowing me to style him out of their store. Shot him in Soho, so that was fun. It's always fun to be on the ground floor of somebody else's dream. So I'm really inspired by that. Life has been teaching me some invaluable lessons about relationship and people, and I'm enjoying the ride. Like I don't have any regrets, though it might be uncomfortable in this season of my life, is real. I am. I keep getting feedback about not going to the family reunions as a good thing, so that's really cool. I'm glad uh, I did that. I was able to just I'm really just getting grounded. I know I'm about to. For some people, it's going to be tough, but I'm about to go white noise for the next couple of months. Um, to really be intentional about focusing in on this 5 year plan that I've been working on since the beginning of the year. And, just paying attention to my spending and my emotion attached to said spending. So, yeah, the goal is to get more trips in and less trips to the store. I want to create more memories and be intentional about putting myself out there. I haven't been doing that. So, yeah, but it's been, I've been cool. I've been busy a lot this month, like going, as far as like work and coaching and stuff like that. So that's been interesting to say the least. And then I got a lead on a gig. Someone invited me to apply. So I was like, all right, let's see what happens. If y'all can work with my schedule, I'll do it. And if they can't, then it wasn't for me. But yeah, right now it's identifying new income sources. This is the least I've made probably in my adult life, and it's still six figures, but it's not the that I'm used to. So I'm like, this ain't it, dog. So it's getting back in the grind, and that's feeling good. Getting my body right, my mind right. I miss y'all like crazy. I'm a little emotional immediately seeing all of you all, and that makes me very happy. Yeah, and I'm really grateful. I'm grateful. I got a lot of young people headed to college this year. My goddaughter, my great niece, and I'm uncle dad to her mom and and because my brother passed, so I'm with his 9 children differently than just the uncle. So I'll be heading to George Mason sometime next week to make sure she gets in good. She's on a full scholarship. Shout out to Aaron.
Let's go.
Her generation of kids is crazy. We got somebody at MIT, Howard Law School. They're killing the game. Like it's crazy. Full scholarship at U of I, full scholarship at Howard Law. Is bananas. It's bananas. Like when I watch them, I'm like, yo, this is our bloodline. Like doing the damn thing. So yeah, you know. So I'm
That's
excited
what's
about
up.
that. What's up, Chief?
Let me jump in real quick. All is well, man. Again, the kids are happy and healthy. No complaints on that end. Been helping my man out with his youth football team. That's been fun. I really love coaching. It's just hard when you got a group of kids who haven't been really taught much and to like try to prepare them to the best of your ability. But 2 hour practices 3 times a week. It's just you gotta do what you gotta do. But it's just really really challenging at times because you got potential on one end and people who read a lot of work on the other end, and to get them all on the same team has been really challenging. But I mean, on the same page as far as rising to the occasion has been challenging. When you got a stud running back and then one good lineman, or a line full of studs and no athletes, it just makes it hard to kind of make it all do what it do. Um, but it's been fun. I've been struggling sleeping lately, fellas. I got a sleep study for next week, man. I've woken up every night at like 1 o'clock and have not gone back to sleep. And we're out the house at like 4:45 for the gym. And it's been like that for 3 nights in a row now. I haven't got much sleep at all. And so I called the doctor, like, yo, something, I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna get that, try to get that taken care of. And I've been working really hard at, like, I listen to the episodes and just kind of like hear myself. I've been talking to Bell like crazy a lot lately and doing a better job of getting out of my own way in all facets of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really, there's just certain blind spots that we have that we don't see. That I'm always kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of didn't look at it like that, or yeah, that makes sense. And just trying to give myself more grace, and it's been cool. It's been real cool. So outside of that, man, all is well.
Have you tried melatonin, Chief? I mean, I know it's like a simple fix, but
No, no,
sometimes it's still good.
I'm going to. I haven't, but I'm going to. I'm afraid I got like sleep apnea. I fuck around taking melatonin and mess around. And something happened in the middle of the night. I don't know. I'm scared, but I'm definitely gonna do something because I haven't been sleeping at all, bro. Haven't been sleeping at all. But
What you
P,
sipping on, Prentice? Damn.
Get this jar of vodka that Sarai just brought through
Oh,
down
okay.
here.
she know what time it is. Soon as you hit end on this call.
Listen, I said I'm about to record tonight. She said, okay, let me do a Safeway order real quick. I'll make these tacos and order this bottle of Tito's. Right before we press start, she came down and dropped this shit off. I said, thank you.
No doubt. So before we get into the topic, P, I wanted to. I mean, you're at a well, Butta's kind of in that realm, but like, what are your real thoughts about grandfatherhood, bro?
I haven't gotten there, but like the circumstances behind it. Well, okay. The circumstances behind it are traumatic, man. And I don't be talking about this to nobody. So the fact that this is going on in the podcast is this is obviously my safe space. A grown adult was sleeping with my baby, bro. You know what I mean? Like I can't get past that. You know what I mean? Like this woman was sleeping with my child, and my child was fed to this woman by his mother. These are just traumatic circumstances that he doesn't even identify yet, but as his father, I see him, right? So I have to start there, but it's hard when you have to start somewhere that you can't get past. You know what I mean? Like, I can't get past the fact that a grown adult was sleeping with my child and nobody else seemed to have a problem with it. So I'm having to put that in a pocket in order to continue to do what I need to do, right? For him and for myself. Um, he's naming the Justice Prentice Powell II. So it's a boy. Um, the name is continuing. The legacy is continuing within the name. This will be the fifth justice in our family. Well, I'm sorry, the fourth. Um, but I haven't gotten my head to grandfatherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I haven't. Sarai's gotten further than I have. But I haven't gotten my head there. That's the honest answer, bro. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like I know I'll be fine. You know what I mean? I know it's gonna be love. I know all that, but I just haven't gotten there, bro. I think it's so much that comes with this that it's hard to just to be like, oh, I'm about to be a grandfather. Yeah, let's go buy a bunch of shit. And we had to have a conversation first. You know what I mean? We hadn't spoken in almost 2 years. So there's a lot that I think has come with this, man. So I'm just giving myself the grace and him as well to go through his process and do what he needs to do. I'm trying to get him down here for like a week before this baby comes, but he's in his space and our relationship has to mend and work has to be done. So I just take it one day at a time, man. But it's happening and it's here. So deal with it as it comes.
As you were giving your check in, um, I kept thinking about the book, The Alchemist. So in The Alchemist, it talks about this is the alchemist. Well, he's on the journey to find the alchemist, and he's going through the desert, and all these bad things are happening, and he's just like, man. And then the people are like, or the prophets are like, well, you don't know yet. Like you don't.
Hmm.
This is bad, but you don't know what this is going to lead you to. So I think about all the stuff that the turmoil that you and Justice have been through, and now where you are, you know what I'm saying, and having this child be the catalyst to get you both back speaking again. To my point, it's like you just never know. No matter how the situation looks, you don't know how it's going to work out until it works out.
Yeah, and in the process, I'm getting text messages like, "Dad, you have no clue how grateful I am for you. Like I understand why you did so many things that you did. I promise I'm gonna be the best father I can. I don't care what happens. I'm never gonna leave this child. I mean, all these things. I want to call you and ask you some questions about fatherhood, where you feel like your mistakes were, and what you feel you did right and what you did wrong. And I'm like, who is this nigga? You know, but I'm loving it. But I'm like, nigga, what happened? Like, what? You know what I mean? So to your point, um, it's totally reshaped how I view life once again. You know what I mean? Like it totally reshaped. You get the greatest validation sometimes in circumstances that appear to be the worst. Like while you're in that desert, you know, I listen to The Alchemist probably like four or five times a night. I go to sleep to it on the audiobook.
How crazy
For
is that?
yeah, yeah. And so, you know, there's those moments in the desert where, you know, the other tribe is coming out, and you know they fearing war, and you know you meet somebody, and you know you got to let them go, and then they come back to you, you know, all those different circumstances, man. But you're absolutely right. I think the most important thing I've learned is just to accept what is, and to allow things to simply just be, right, and just take the lessons, take the gems, and just keep going.
Love it.
Yeah, man.
Butter, you over there still pontificating on some things. You
I'm hot right now. Uncle Butter is like on like 10, and Pawpaw Butter is on 1,000, because I feel like I can't get past grooming. If Justice was a girl, would our first conversation be how is grandfathering?
My nigga.
And that is it is from for I was molested 3 times. So I once by a woman, twice by men. So for me, when I hear that a young man's he was essentially robbed of his youth.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure brothers like, yo, you got your old head, ha ha. But now you got your old head, but you're a young dad.
And
And
I
so
haven't.
I'm struggling. I'm
Mhm.
struggling as a uncle for real. Like I want this woman hurt, and that's fucked up. That's how I feel. And I'm trying to move. I'm trying to support Prentice and to be a dad. I mean, be a granddad. But I'm like, who the fuck cares right now? Because this baby was like, it looks one way, but I can only imagine. This is what I'm honestly feeling. And I'm gonna say it in third person, Prentice. It's like I'm watching Prentice go. This is the very shit that he was trying to protect him from.
Come on.
Like and so I'm like, shit makes me emotional.
Yeah.
I
And the
watched this
cold
man.
part,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I haven't got to talk about this. The cold part, he not even living with his mama no more. He not even living with his mama no more. She mad at him.
He living with the girl?
He living with the woman and her family. His mama in the wind doing whatever she doing. You know what I mean? She living. He not even. So now I got a 17-year-old son that I sent back to Florida because I had to, right? Who's now on an island with this woman and her family, and that's his home now. So he now isn't even under the roof of his mother. And so there's all these nuances to these circumstances that I have to process. I have to think about what I say publicly, how I process it publicly. Because publicly processing things is how I heal. That's my thing. That's why I do poetry. Just I get something out of publicly processing my thoughts and feelings. But now I have to be mindful of what I say still while not wanting to be, because I have to also consider the reestablishing of my relationship with him, how far I go, how he processes it, how that may affect our bonding. I posted something a couple days ago and Sarai had me delete it real quick, and I'm glad I did, but I'm mad that I did because I was saying exactly how the fuck I felt, which I feel like I deserve. But there are all these nuances to this that don't allow me to um, even remotely celebrate. And I can identify the good things that are happening within this, but my nigga, this is exactly what I was trying to protect him from. This was my whole fight. You know what I mean? My whole fight. And then his mother hands her to this woman. Like on a trip to Puerto Rico, you letting my baby kick it with a grown ass woman that's your friend and your coworker. You know, and these are the things that I don't, like I want to say so much more, but I just want to keep it factual because I don't want to be a petty nigga and just spill shit out. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to do that. But at the same time, I can't just allow people to just do what the fuck they want and me not hold them accountable. You know what I mean? But what the fuck does that do at this point?
Well, you know what my question is going to be: have you or Justice considered therapy individually and or together to get through this? Because everything you said is fucking real, bro. Like it's a lot of um relationship equity at stake.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Before you answer that, no, keep going because I want to offer something around Justin's thinking.
so all I'm thinking is because to your point, Prince, I hear you loud and clear in terms of you have raw emotion, but that raw emotion can hurt a bunch of people. And
Hmm.
in this case, the most important right now is justice, and then will be the child, right?
Right.
When they're here. But you guys aren't on, you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah,
solid footing. You know what I mean? So it's almost like not that you can be forced and or tempted to suppress, but it's like you have to find that outlet to get through to him if the way you're going isn't getting through the way you want, if that makes sense.
yeah. No, it's doing what it needs to do, but he's at a space now. He is thinking like a 30-year-old right now at 17, right? He's had to grow up a lot quicker with his mother, but now this has just kicked his mentality up to 30. And like I reach out to him and he doesn't respond. He checks in when he can, but the last couple of weeks he's been just completely MIA, non-responsive. Prior to that, we was talking almost every day. He's sending me text messages, him driving down the street listening to Larry June, him reminiscing the songs that I played when we were little. So I'm letting him kind of find his way right now while being a foundation and a source, if that makes sense. I'm reaching out. He's not responding. I'm not taking it any type of way. I'm going to keep doing it so that he knows his dad is here. But I also understand he has a whole different thing going on right now. You know what I mean? He has a whole, he has to prepare. And this has to be on kind of like his time. So I absolutely will do the therapy thing. However, I think he's in a phase right now where he's figuring things out and just he's realizing things about his mother. You get what I'm saying? Like he's hitting me
Hmm.
like that. And now we're having those conversations and I'm like, fuck, bro, like I knew you was gonna see it. But even then I don't want to go too hard because his mother ain't the point anymore. But I know where he's at,
Mm.
bro. You know what I mean? Like his mother, this ain't redemption time. This ain't. I told you about that, and this ain't that. This she ain't the point. You know what I mean? But I know where he's at now. Now it's clicking. It's clicking. All of it is clicking because he's becoming a father, and he's understanding all this shit now. And it's like I just feel for my baby because it's like fuck, bro. Like I tried to prevent you from it, and he's like I get what you did having us out there. I understand how bad I messed up, man. I just totally robbed myself of my childhood. This woman's pregnant. I don't even really know her like that. And now I'm experiencing all these different behaviors with her hormones. So I don't know who's who. You know what I mean? And even this conversation right here, knowing that this is public, is scary for me because he may hear it. You know what I'm saying? He may hear it. And what if in my honesty and just in my process, I say something that is detrimental to his mental state right now. And as much as I don't want to care, I absolutely do because that's my baby. You know what I mean? That's my child. So, um, just navigating this for the last, I don't know, handful of months since I've known, has just been. I just had to be quiet and just, I don't know, be angry when I'm angry, not when I'm not. And I got to meet this woman at some point, right? Like, this is her child. So if I start now cursing out this woman, what is that gonna do for my relationship with this child, or my relationship with him? What if he's on some thinking this is gonna be some forever type thing, and this is my family, and they, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's so many layers to it. So I've had to really just be like, all right, it is what it is. I'll be a resource, and let me lead with who I want to be, who Prentice wants to be in this situation. Bottom line, who do I want to be when this is all done, when the wind blows? Because that's all I can do. That's all I can do.
Well, first of all, just so you know, we don't gotta release this shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
So
fine. That's fine. Yeah, I
like
get it, but that's fine. No, that's we we have to. We have to. I hold myself accountable for everything I say on this podcast. You know, every time. You know what I mean? And I'm willing, and this is the thing I've been talking to Sarai about. At this point, I am willing to stand on whatever I say and take whatever comes with it, because I also know that I'm being authentic to myself while being a parent. I'm still being a parent while I'm talking to y'all. I am. But if my honesty creates a domino effect somehow, then so be it. You know what I mean?
is it
I, I think
go
your
no, you go, brother.
honesty, I think your honesty and love is as much as your honesty is present, your love is, I think, the loudest thing I can hear. I wish I had a father that cared enough to even return a phone call. But I also feel like when I think about justice, I think about the young people like him who are looking for something to love and to love them back,
Mm-hmm.
and how this child also saved him from some stuff.
Oh yes, man.
And
Absolutely.
so I think about it from that lens. What I struggle with is when people use people's stuff against them to benefit them. His situation put him in a situation with a strange bedfellow. And in that happening, he is now uh, the recipient of adulting, right? It wasn't gifted to him the way you would have liked. However, comma, I'm glad, much to Bell's point, like that he had you the way he needed to have you, and I think that's more pivotal. I hope
Mm-hmm.
that if someone is small enough to share any of this with Justice, that they hear us saying, Justice, man, for those of us who've met you, we've met you. For those who haven't, we love you
Mm-hmm.
just because of who you come from and who you are becoming.
Mm-hmm.
And my hope is that you understand what the power of power means inside of like holding this legacy of delivering the fourth justice when you have dealt with so much injustice
Hmm.
over your life. And so I'm grateful for that. Um, in a real way, I am fuming and taking your lead as dad to calm the fuck down. But I am so far out my body.
Yeah, I understand, and I think people should be, and I think it goes to a good point. What you said earlier about it was this a girl, with the first conversation be about the grandfathering, because I have never heard, outside of myself, I've never heard a father talk about his son sleeping with an adult woman and it not being a cool thing. I am the first father I've ever met talk about this circumstance and not glorify it. And it makes me think about society, how, that shit is, you knock something down that's older. Oh, they look, like you said, look at you, and what do you expect a 17-year-old to do? You know what I'm saying? When they put in that position, like when we were 17, Cass was or whatever age, when you were sexually active, what do you expect them to do? But there is no difference between my daughter or my son being in this situation, with an adult. And it is sick to my stomach how okay, there are pictures on Facebook of birthing announcements, you know, by people involved, and I'm like, you know, who are these women? Who's this woman's friends? You know, why is the mom? This ain't nothing to. This ain't nothing to be. You get what I'm saying? Like this ain't nothing to. This ain't that.
Fully. Like you're
This ain't that.
it's a birth announcement. What we're celebrating is they're not like us. No Drake. It's really that kind of conversation. It's very, A minor.
Yeah, this ain't that for me. So you know,
Yeah.
I'm happy from him, and again, it's bigger than me. I ain't got to raise a baby. You know, I don't.
Well, you do. You
Okay,
got
I
to
do,
raise the
but
baby. No, no, no. I hear what you're saying, but you've been put in a position to raise a father who was
right,
your child.
right. So
Now
what
your
I'm
child is a father. Yeah, you don't even have the luxury of that.
Yeah, but what I mean, where I'm going with, I ain't got to raise a baby is like I don't
Mm-mm.
have to raise it. So now when we get on the phone, I'm like, all right, my nigga. So all right, so what we doing? What's the next plan? What's the next step? You know, so do you got this? Do you have that? Have you considered this yet? You know what I mean? And when it gets real, what is plan B? And you know, is this a forever thing? You know, these are the conversations we have because I ain't got to raise the baby. You do. You know what I mean? So now our
But
conversation.
you still got to raise a father though.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get
Yeah.
that. I'm not taking away from that. I just mean literally the day to day is gonna be on him. So because it's gonna be on him, he's more important than my feelings right now. Like his
Yeah.
emotions and his preparation is far more important than anything I'm going through. And I'm proud and glad that I feel that way. I'm glad that I'm glad that I shut the fuck up while I was in my own feelings. That I wasn't on the internet. I wasn't talking to nobody. I let that do what it had to do so that I can be who I am now. You know what I mean? But yeah, now I have to raise a child into a father. And that's the part that's like, God damn, like shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like, damn, bro. All right, well, let's start throwing shit at the wall and forget because we gonna do it. Like it's we gonna do it. Um, but he got the right headspace. He's saying the right things. He sounds totally different. He's not the same kid who left here. He's not. He's not. But like this is a saving grace for him, and I can honestly say that. And because I can say that, I'm a lot more comfortable with knowing that he's gonna be a father because he's not gonna be like me. When he was born, the next day I had to go to Baltimore and I had a breakdown because there was this documentary on fatherhood. And I was like, there's no way my father could feel the way he claimed to feel about me, the way I feel about my child. And I'm only 24 hours into fatherhood. Because if he felt that way, there's no way he would have left me in the wind. And justice doesn't have to deal with that. Justice now is going to be able to be like, I fucking get it. I get why my dad did this and why he did that because I feel the same way. You know what I mean? So I've been able to hold a mirror to him, man, and that's totally validated how I feel in fatherhood. I don't give a fuck what these mothers of my children think no more as a result of this. You know what I mean? And that's a big statement for me, man. Trying to please these women and getting a happy Father's Day for once. I don't give a fuck about none of that no more because now my baby validated me. And if my oldest has validated me through what he's showing now, then I know Tip gonna be good. I know Anaya gonna be good. I know Shy gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Like the proof is in the pudding. And he's starting to show me shit that I've never seen in any of my children as a result of my fathering. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't nobody else take credit for my fathering. And I think it's done wonders all around, man. It's definitely fed my spirit, and I feel better about my job despite having 4 kids with 4 women. I feel like okay, some of that shit you did that you wasn't sure about, yeah, it paid off. And I know I'm talking a lot, bro, but I ain't got to talk to nobody about this shit. So it's doing what it's doing, man. It's an interesting space, man. But I'm here to support him and get him through it. That's bottom line.
And
We're here to
The work
support
don't
you.
stop.
know that we're here to
Yeah.
support you,
We
bro.
got you for real.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
So
know y'all do, man. Yeah, we gonna get him through. He gonna be all right.
for sure. Hey, Butter, we got a topic planned for today, but I want to check in on you, bro.
What's going on?
Like I know this situation obviously put you in a space, but I don't know. It just read to me, this shit is bigger than Nino Brown right now. Like, what's up with you?
So because I do so much work around social and emotional learning with teenagers, I've heard this story before.
Hmm.
And I've seen the high fives and the yo yo, and I'm like, dude, that's still it's still inappropriate, right? And to have it be, I love B. So to have it be this kind of like, it's something about watching a father cry for their child. That shit fucks me up, and I get so angry because I know this person fought for their child, did all the stuff that they said men don't do, and then when this occurs, I don't know. Here's my ego. What am I supposed to do with that shit? Because I'm tight. Like, what am I supposed to? It's like somebody called you and said they broke up with somebody. So be like, yeah, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, we broke up. Like, I'm that kind of angry, but I also know that underneath all behavior is meaning. And when that baby was like going off and cutting up, he was trying to like love his mama a particular way.
Hmm.
And she turned out to be everything that his father didn't say. And that's the piece for me that's like, you, of course, you wouldn't thumb it up in his nose. He's 17. He don't know. What do he know?
Yeah.
Right. And so for me, when I see that, I know that I'm nobody's superhero. It just pains me with all the shit that's going on in the world. This young man is still fighting for his life. I keep thinking about, what is that going to look like at 2021? Is he going back to school? Does he go to college? What does school look like? Like in my brain, I've gotten him to 30. And I'm like, what does that look like for him? Is he married? Da 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 da. Like, and I've run it down. It's just like with you and the boys. Like, I'm like, yo, I want to make sure all these babies are good, man. Like, I just want to make sure they're good. And so it makes me, my visceral reaction is like, what the fuck?
Hmm.
With all the shit we got going on in the world, we got to be dealing with this bullshit.
Hmm.
But this is also why black men need therapy,
Hmm.
because we're celebrating. Maybe we celebrating the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we're talking about. First of all, you have a black man saying that his black son is his baby. Can we just stop there for a moment and talk about how dope that is? And being able to love on you, like be able to be with your baby in a real way. And imagine those of us who craved fucking fathers, who crave father. I deliberately did not have children for fear that I would fuck them up.
Really?
And, and God, being the comedian that God is, was like, good. You'll be Uncle Butta 2000s.
You
Who
just worry
call it?
about one.
What, dude? Like, got a phone call today. I just got into da 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 da. But I'm sending you the first chapter of my book. But I want a photo shoot for my birthday, and I made phone calls, call stylists, call people, and I'm like, God, what is really like? What are you doing? And then to get on this call after missing y'all. When I tell you I couldn't stop thinking about you, Pete. When I tell you I could not stop thinking about you, Bill. Like, my brain, I would wake up in the middle of the night. Like, if I text them now, they're gonna think I'm crazy.
I do
I'm like,
appreciate all the text message check-ins, though. Thank you.
I was like, yeah, I'm good. And I listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all. And I fall back in love with y'all in these kind of moments because I'm like, I will fight the fucking win for y'all. And it makes me feel like I'm out my body. Like, I want to call a therapist. Like, what does it mean when somebody you love is injured and you want to burn the whole fucking city down? I am pissed. I want to set that bitch ablaze. And I don't give a fuck who get burnt. Like that's where I'm at. And so I'm seething trying to like I just want the world better, Mike. Like I just want it better. I need the world better than what it is. And it can't be on the backs of young black boys. This is some bullshit between the killing and now like fuck us, dude. Like I'm tired. This country has been trying to abort us from go, and it's just like you selfish motherfucker. Your life is trash, so you decide to fuck somebody else's life up, or you think you are. But what you fucked up is that you don't know he got a village, and he don't even know who he got in his fucking village. You raggedy low rung motherfucker. Respectfully submitted.
Chief, what are your thoughts? You've been quiet.
I'm really just soaking it in. So what's been sitting with me, I was kind of saving this for my final thought, but what's been sitting with me was literally how I glanced over the grooming thing, and like Butter made a very, very valid point. Like I think as men, we tend to do that. We tend to when if it was a woman, the conversation is completely different. 100% different. Completely different. But when P said it, was like, oh, how you feel about being a grandfather? And I didn't even register what what was really taking place behind the scene.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it could have been just our natural mo of, well, let's not talk about the problem. Let's create let's what's the solution, how we move forward. But that's really what's been sitting on my heart. This whole conversation is just like how we've made these circumstances normal for men, and would be outraged if it was a woman,
Mm-hmm.
our daughters. So that's really what's been on
So
my spirit.
I've been sitting here as the only teen dad on the call, um, and just thinking like one, speaking from experience, as long as you're supportive, Prentice, which clearly that's not gonna waver, and Sarai is supportive, Justice and the new Justice will be just fine, bro.
Yep.
So let me just say that. Um, there's been, and I'm not comparing, but there's been folks with far dire situations that have come out, smelling like roses. So I think I know Justice is in good hands with his support system in the village that but a reference. And I think you need to do what you need to do to get to a solid place, man, where you can just focus on being there and with 100% support for justice, unwavering. When I say unwavering, all I mean by that is the emotions that you're feeling about this situation, all valid, period. Um, but how do you work through them to get to the place where he needs you the most right now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
all. That's all. The thing I'm thinking about is like you. To your point, this is part of the process, though, right? Like you publicly talking about it. You obviously we haven't all caught up on the call, and God knows how long. So I'm sure just this in nature is therapeutic for you.
Very.
And the other thing that keeps coming to my mind, it's come up a couple of times with you, Prentice, and Chief, you and I have had conversations about this, but I love the fact that you got the validation that you may not even know you needed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really cool because I can tell you from firsthand experience, at least from a child, it doesn't come till far later in a lot of
Mm.
cases. You know what I'm saying? Like because they go through things like this and then they start to see, this is what he was talking about. And then the very mature ones apologize. They're like, you know what? My bad. I didn't see it. Now I see it. Now I'm appreciative. And now I'm helping my friends with whatever that is. Right. So that's cool that you got that under again, not the circumstances you want to receive it in, but you got it nonetheless. The other thing I was thinking about is, again, my parenting situation is far different than both of yours, where there was no other active parent. You see what I'm saying? So I never sought validation from them. You made a comment, Prentice, about doing, and I get it, because in the very beginning, before Brianna turned 3, I vividly remember doing things like, okay, let me let her mom let me let her know that I'm a good dad, so I'm gonna do this, or whatever, however we word it to ourselves, right? But essentially, we are trying to prove ourselves, more or less, right?
Hmm.
Even though we know in our heart of hearts that we're doing the best we can. But that was just interesting to me. It's like listening to you say that, and I just I never looked for that. After her mom was absent, right? There was nobody for me to look to that for. So it was almost
Hmm.
like the only way, which is tough as a parent, the only way you're doing a good job is how things work out for those kids when they become
Right.
adults. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's going to take, it normally takes way more time than what you're experiencing, so at least you're able to get that. But that's all. I was just sitting with those thoughts, like, bringing me back to my teen dad. Obviously not the same circumstances, but definitely was a teen dad. And um and just how my relationship with what my relationship is to validation. Those are the two things I was thinking about as you were talking.
Can I tell you where that comes from?
Yeah.
It comes from the fact that I was in relationships with them all when I had the kids, and I was a good dude when I was in the relationship. And then once we was no longer in the relationship, all of a sudden I'm not a good dude, and there's all this disappointment from them. And in my head, I was like, wait, but I was cool enough to have a fucking kid with, and now I got this kid, and all of a sudden you just always disappointed, and and but the kid is cool, and the kid is good. I'm not around, so let me work and try to do these things, but you're still not pleased with me, and then I'm fighting this whole parenthood fight, trying to seek validation from the other parent. You know what I mean? Like, shit, tell me I'm a good dad, because shit, I was good when the baby was born and we was together. And I spent so much time, man, just doing that this was a saving grace for me as well, man. Just, just as sharing what he shared, it just reaffirmed everything that I needed to hear. I needed to hear this, Bill. Like, I needed it, bro. Like, when I say I needed it, I've prayed for validation. I
That's what's up.
prayed for validation, man. And I needed it, bro. And as soon as he gave it to me, as soon as he sent that first text, everything went poof. Everything went poof. I came to one of Tahir's AAU games. His mom's there. She typically don't speak. I said, "Hey, how are you today?" You know what I mean? She said, "I'm good," and just went on. Anaya's mom, I use Chat GPT to talk to her now because I'm void of emotion. You know what I mean? I have no desire anymore to put my emotion or try to make my point. I screenshot the
Yeah,
text
no,
message and use Chat GPT, and now I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, and I've reconnected with my baby, man. So can't nobody really tell me nothing, and that's how I feel. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel, bro. So I'm glad he gave me that validation because I needed it, man. I think it saved so much of my spirit. I needed it, man.
that's dope.
I knew if I talked about this shit, it was gonna be the whole fucking episode, man. I was gonna try not to.
Hey, man, I think it was needed. And then it ain't happenstance. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
kind of you said you haven't had an opportunity to talk about it, so we here and you talking about it.
yeah, yeah. I just want him
What?
to know that I go ahead, Bill. I'll
Oh, you
save it
go.
for my final thought. I'll save it for my
Okay.
final thought. Go ahead.
What can we do to support you?
I don't know. I don't know because I feel like these are one of them situations where I haven't shed a single tear over this shit, and you know that's crazy for me because I fucking cry. I cry. Crying is my thing. That's what I
Well,
do.
I'm not gonna hold you. I thought at a point I was gonna be the only one not crying on this episode. Like,
Bro, I can't shed a tear. I have no tears to give for this shit. And that tells me either I need some serious fucking help or I'm focused, tapped in, and there is work to be done right now that doesn't consist of tears.
Or both.
both can be true.
I got none for this, man. I got no tears for this. And talking to y'all three and I'm still not crying, I'm like, oh shit, something is different. You know what I'm saying? And I don't automatically want to contribute it to being something negative. I don't. I don't.
Mm-mm.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not doing
But
that to myself. I'm not like, oh
but
fuck, I'm not crying. I'm broken, damaged. I'm
no. I don't think that at
No.
all. I do think you're in execution mode.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like that's kind of what I'm again. That's what I'm thinking. But I do believe speaking to a professional can help you get even more clear on what
Hmm.
this is, right? Because you're right.
Yeah.
It's not like you not to cry. Um,
Hmm.
so like this is heavy.
Yeah.
Chief, why you been so damn quiet today?
I don't know. I'm listening. I miss my boys, man. Just trying to give y'all an opportunity to talk. Me and Bud have been doing a lot of it, so I was, giving y'all the floor. That's all. I'm good though. But this episode went right on time how it's supposed to go, man. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Let's do this final thought. LT, I'm gonna let you go first, man. Give us your final thought and you know, let us know.
Um, Fathers are more than necessary, more than needed. Fathers, love your babies and let them know you love them and remind them, male or female or other, that they are your babies. No matter how old they get, um, you may not be able to pick them up, but you'd be surprised how often you and my baby will pick them up.
Hmm.
That's my final thought.
Bell, talk to me, baby.
My bad, I was muted. I'm at a loss, bro. I don't. I mean, there's so many things that can be said, right? There's so many things that can be said. We touched on all within the same stratosphere, but we touched on a number of different topics. We talked about um, emotional availability for fathers, right? What does that look like? We talked about allyship for fathers. We talked about being in a safe space for fathers. We talked about um, loving your sons. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that were talked about today in a completely different context than we're used to talking about it, right? Because there's a lot of layers to this situation. But I don't know. I think ultimately what I take from this episode is, as corny as this may sound, like love conquers all. You know, God knows whoever was close to the situation, Justice and Prentice were not on the greatest terms. But the shared love for this child coming into the world has brought them back together. The genuine love that Prentice has as a father for his son helped them get back together. And I think the more as men we can outwardly show that love versus, the quintessential tough love that a man shows a son, I think the better you talked about society, the better place we'll be in as a society. Um like I literally kiss my son probably 12 times a day. Like I unconsciously kiss him so much that I kissed him on the lips this morning on accident. And he was like, "Mommy, Daddy kissed me on the lips," So, but I let's normalize that, right? Like let's normalize loving on our boys because we're going to love on our daughters, right? Let's normalize loving on our boys. That's my final thought.
I'm gonna take the next one. I kind of gave you a piece of my final thought earlier, but I just want to say that I'm super grateful for you, brothers, and I want you all to know individually, Bell, I'm here if you need me, bro. Butta, I am here if you need me. Prentice, I am here if you need me. And I'm grateful for us to have this platform, but more importantly, for us to have this brotherhood. I love y'all niggas. P, close it out.
I love love, man. I love that I'm filled with so much. I love that I have an unlimited tap. I love that love is always somehow my foundation nowadays, man. Um, I am proud of you, Justice. I uh, thank you. You're going to be okay. You are okay. I look forward to seeing who you become in the next chapter. I look forward to seeing who this is making me become. Thank you for being my opportunity for 17 years, bro. I hope you understand, even though you haven't been responding for a couple of weeks, man, that I'm always here. I am a resource. And if there's anything permanent in your life, it has always been and always will be your father, man. And to everybody listening, man, just understand that the things we want for our children are not on our time, regardless of how much work we put in. They're not. They're not. You can want what you want, but yo, it ain't on our timing, man. But if you plant those seeds, man, I got a testimony now. That shit will grow when it's supposed to, man. And you're gonna see the blossoms from the water that you planted, man. So, don't ever let anybody talk you off your square. Don't let nobody mama talk you out of somebody's life, man. Do what you can do because the results are gonna show up one way or another when they're supposed to. And shout out to this new chapter, man. Shout out to it, cause you gonna be all right, nigga. I'm your motherfucking daddy. You gonna be all right, So that's my final thought, man. You gonna be all right, bro. And I know you know that, and I'm proud of you.
That's what's up. That's definitely what's up. Fellas, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. To the people listening, we thank y'all immensely for your continued support. We can be found on all social media platforms at All Black Men Need Therapy. Hit us up on an email, allblackmenneedtherapy@gmail.com. Shout out to those of you who've been texting us. I've been going back and forth through text with a bunch of people. Thank y'all for tapping in. We are here every week with an episode and intends to create a safe space for Black men to openly engage in conversations around their mental health. Every week, we want to give you all an opportunity to release, express, and get some of that stuff off your chest. We have a voice line. It's 860-410-6160. 860-410-6160. Hit us up, shoot us a text, give us a call. One of us will answer or at least respond. And that's it. So, per usual, y'all, man, do us all a favor and hug a black man today.
Do that motherfucking shit.
Man, I missed that. And tomorrow. We out, y'all.
Peace.